Doctor, you do a lot of research with magnesium. Can you
Yeah.
talk a little bit about just what that is and in general terms what it does for our body?
So if you think about the composition of our body, and in terms of the mineral, I mean, it's basically calcium, magnesium, and sodium, and potassium. Why we have this four component? Because if you believe certain theory about we're going from ocean and eventually moving up, if we believe that actually the composition of ocean in terms of ion is this four ion. So under that case, actually, magnesium is important mineral we have to take. Now, it's interesting, we have done some experiment about 100 years ago, because we don't have this high sophisticated technology to process food. So the rice or whatever food we eat is not really highly processing. It's interesting, magnesium actually is inside of those not clean stuff. Actually, the skin of the food, they contain a lot of magnesium. So when we start to remove that, so our daily magnesium intake at this stage is about half of what happened 100 years ago. Okay, so that's the first part. So the half of the, in fact, there's a huge study at 9,000. There's several 9,000 people, 9,000 Americans. They found on average people taking about half of the daily recommended magnesium. So that's number one. Now, the people, magnesium is a strange ion. I mean, it's the deficiency. How reduction magnesium intake is going to affect our body has not been studied extensively. So it's by some almost like accident. When I was at MIT, we actually found that magnesium is crucial for brain function. Particularly, magnesium concentration in brain control the number of synapses. The synapse is basically like a transistor in computer. That is how you do the computation. So we found actually when you grow the culture, if you increase the magnesium concentration and the synapse density go up. So that was done like 10 years ago. Then we think that obviously we start to recommend people to take the more magnesium, but later on we found a problem. The ordinary organic magnesium, let's say like a supplement or even some of food magnesium cannot actually load into the brain. So they have a poor bioavailability to bring the magnesium to the brain. So that what we have done so far is try to develop a new magnesium compound which can elevate the brain magnesium. So finally we found this new compound basically combine vitamin C with magnesium. And somehow we figure out a way to uploading, increase brain magnesium. So that actually solved the problem we try to solve. That is, we found in animal study, when you elevate the brain magnesium, synapse number increase significantly. And then obviously, then later on we show the age-dependent memory decline is significantly reduced, and we are using that to treat Alzheimer's disease in model mice.
Do we know exactly what magnesium does to affect the brain? How is it helpful? What is it doing?
So we have some simple idea. It's if you think about brain, of course, the brain is like a muscle. Muscle is made by muscle fiber. Brain is made by many neurons, of course. But brain is different from any other biology system. Function of brain is communicate information. So the location where information exchange occur is the location of what they call synapse. So there are ideas about when you're getting old, you might lose neuron, but recent studies show you may not lose that much neuron. Of course, also brain have another problem, they don't regenerate, except two brain region. Most of brain region, neuron cannot regenerate. So in a way, what we found, in fact, a lot of people have shown is when you're getting old, the number of neurons doesn't change much, but the synapse, it's almost like you have a tree. The synapse is like a leaf. So they actually, when you're getting old, when the tree getting old, the leaves start to drop. So in this case, actually, when you look at the aging brain, what you first is reduced number of synapse and not just dying of neuron. So synapse loss first. So what this mechanism does is actually, in a way, is prevent the synapse loss, or maybe we think it's by generating new synapse. We can see clearly sign of pro-synaptogenesis effects of elevation of brain magnesium.